I had high expectations for this drone, but almost everything here is not what I wanted. Yes, this is a new unique 360 drone from DJI, the Avata 360, and finally, this beautiful box is in my hands. First disappointment, the drone looks like the Avata and is called Avata. Of course, I thought this would be a new FPV drone, a new generation with new goggles, but no, in the standard kit we get a regular controller. Even bigger disappointment when I took the drone out and realized how big and heavy it is. It's bigger than the Avata 2. You can clearly see the difference here, even though the Avata 2 is already not a small Cinewhoop. This size is already close to a 5-inch drone, and in terms of weight, it's actually heavy. Flying close to people with something like this already feels sketchy.
Water? No, no. Okay, I think finish. Okay? Yeah, good.
Why did the size and weight bother me so much? Because I already had experience with 360 drones, and of course, in comparison, I immediately think of the anti-gravity A1, and here the difference is just huge. The anti-gravity A1 is tiny, lightweight, almost like a feather compared to the Avata 360. And the third disappointment is the motor noise. You know how important quiet drone is for me, not just for me, but also for the people around me when I fly. I was flying where I live, around a village with villas, and the drone could be heard from very far away. I honestly thought the neighbors would kill me because of the noise. Yes, the Avata 360 is very loud, and compared to the Avata 2, the Avata 2 is much quieter. And the anti-gravity A1 is super quiet, so here the Avata 360 clearly loses. I also talked to experienced pilots from Bali. They already tested the Avata 360 too, and they had the same not so positive feedback about the size and weight. Yes, DJI makes very cool products, and my expectations are always high. After a few flights, you start getting used to the size, and the drone begins to feel pretty normal. The main feature here is the camera. It's huge! Just look at the difference compared to the Avata 2. After this comparison, it becomes clear why the drone got bigger. If you don't know, a 360 drone shoots with two ultra-wide 180 cameras. They need to stick out from the body so nothing blocks their view. That's why the drone is so flat. Two cameras create two hemispheres, which are then stitched together into a single 360 sphere. In the end, we capture everything at once. You can choose any angle. If you compare the drone camera with the Osmo 360, the lenses are the same size. Yes, DJI basically took their 360 camera and built it into a drone. What's new? There is now a thread around the lens, so we can replace the lens ourselves. I already managed to scratch one lens. I was filming a fire show and somehow flew straight into the fire performer. It happened by accident. I got lucky because there was water and fire around. The drone survived. Only a tiny scratch appeared on the lens, and it didn't affect the quality. In terms of image quality, we have a square almost 1-inch sensor. The camera shoots in 8K at 60 frames per second. There is a flat D-Log M profile, and the image for a 360 drone is one of the best in its class. But it's important to understand, 8K is the entire sphere. When we choose the angle in editing, we crop the image, and in the end, we get around 2.7K quality. If you compare it to the Avata 2, the quality is worse, so this drone is not a replacement for the Avata 2. Also, the Avata 360 has much thinner stitching line, and it's stitched very well in software. The stitch is almost invisible. Yes, the main feature of the Avata 360 is the camera. The drone is basically built around this big heavy camera. Here we have a super unusual new type of gimbal. It's well designed to protect the protruding lens. Under the camera there are two rubber legs the drone stands on when on the ground. On takeoff, the camera rotates, and this opens two lenses for 360 shooting. Before landing, the camera rotates back and the drone lands on the rubber legs. All of this happens automatically and requires no control. Now it becomes more clear why DJI included a landing pad in the box for the first time. But for me, it was convenient to launch the drone from my hand and also stop it by hand. Once I even got my finger into propellers, but everything is fine, my finger's okay. There's also a single lens shooting mode, single mode. With one button, we switch and the camera rotates. I thought this would be a killer feature that could compare with the Avata 2, but the quality didn't impress me, and I didn't find how to enable gyro recording for gyro flow. Plus, it's hard to put ND filters on such a wide lens. And here again, a point goes to the Avata 2, but where the Avata 360 definitely wins is versatility. You want vertical mode without quality loss? No problem. Want the widest field of view? No problem. And most importantly, one fly-through gives us dozens of angles, any camera rotations. Here you can really get as creative as possible. My favorite feature is rotating the camera around the subject. This Hollywood-style shot, flying under a palm tree, was filmed with a simple forward flight. If you shoot it with a regular drone, you just fly past the main action, and the subject won't be in the frame. In cinema, such scenes are filmed by two people at the same time. One controls the drone and the other controls the camera gimbal. Here, it's basically the same principle. You do the flight, and then in post-production, you rotate the camera. And this freedom of angle, on one hand, is very cool, but on the other hand, creates a lot of complexity in editing. I have friends who stopped using 360 cameras, specifically because of the complexity of editing. I personally spend many hours choosing angles for this video. If you like filming but don't like editing, this drone is probably not for you. After a lot of experience with 360 drones, I created an important system for myself. You cannot just fly randomly and try to create something beautiful in editing. This approach will lead to dozens of hours of editing, where you spend hours choosing an angle from thousands of options. The right approach is to plan the drone trajectory and camera direction in advance. This speeds up the process and gives you much more interesting scenes. The Avata 360 is basically 3-in-1, a regular drone, a 360 drone, and an FPV drone. Honestly, the control in the anti-gravity A1 is much better. It feels like the anti-gravity designed everything specifically for controlling a 360 drone, and DJI just adapted their FPV systems to a 360 drone, and it doesn't work as well. In anti-gravity, you turn your head and see everything around you. The image quality in the goggles is incredible, super detailed. And when you turn your head, you practically control the drone, and it's convenient. In DJI, when you enable head tracking, it somehow makes you feel slightly nauseous. This feature doesn't work properly, and the image quality and detail are lacking. After flying anti-gravity, when you put on DJI goggles, the first feeling is, why does it look so bad? But if you don't compare with the anti-gravity, the control is basically like in the Avata 2. Nothing new, just 360 recording. Then I started testing flights with a regular controller, and here I began to understand why DJI focused on this. The coolest thing, when you fly away from yourself, you don't need to think about how the camera is oriented or how high you fly. You know you will always be in the frame, and at the same time both vertical and horizontal formats are recorded without quality loss. And this is something new for DJI drones. You can just fly past yourselves and get a rotating camera effect, and you are always in the frame. There is a lot of room for creativity here. I also tested tracking mode, and it feels like new level. The drone flies in front of the subject moving forward. It has sensors in the front, but the camera is aimed backwards. That's interesting. In conclusion, I can say, because of its size and noise, I don't think this is a good drone for travel. But as a drone for special creative shots, definitely yes. What do you think about the Avata 360? Write in the comments, subscribe to the channel, and see you in the next videos.